Picture this, you're washing your dishes and all of a sudden the hot water just stops. What happened here? Why did it get so cold all of a sudden? Or perhaps now you're at the sink and you hear drip, drip, drip hitting underneath the cabinet. What's going on here, right? You're probably thinking, oh, I really hope this isn't a major thing. It's okay, take a breath. Let's take a look at 10 of the plumbing issues that could be going on here and how to prevent them. My name is Andrew Finney, and my passion is helping you make sense of real estate. If you need help finding a top agent near you, or if you simply want to drop me a line to say hello, my contact info is below. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel now and like this video. Thank you. All right, my friend, we might not be able to avoid plumbing emergencies entirely, yet there are some things that we can do to prevent how often they occur and to lessen the impact of them happening to begin with. The first one is to never pour fat, oil, or grease down the drain. If you need a really quick way to remember this, let's turn it into the acronym FOG, F-O-G, for fat, oil, and grease doesn't go down the drain. Let's make sure that doesn't happen to you, because what happens is, even though it may be in its liquid form whenever it's going down the drain, it's going to solidify somewhere in your pipes, which could restrict the water flow going through the pipes and cause a backup and could cause significant damage if left unchecked. Let's make sure that doesn't happen by simply avoiding pouring down fog, fat, oil, and grease down the drain. The second thing is to use strainers on your drains, and we're not just talking about your kitchen drain. We're specifically here going to talk about your bathroom. What happens in the bathroom as we bathe ourselves? Now, unless you have some kind of hair that never falls out, most of our hair is going to come off as we're shampooing and conditioning our hair. It's going to go down that drain. Enough hair goes down that drain, what do you think happens? It clogs that drain. Let's make sure that we just simply put a strainer down so that we can keep anything from going down the drain that shouldn't, like debris, hair, or anything else that should not be going in there. The third thing is our garbage disposal in the kitchen. It's like our best friend. I mean, how many of us go in every single day, pour the old coffee grounds in there, and flip on the garbage disposal? I don't know about you, but I do it all the time. Here's the thing, when we're getting ready to use our garbage disposal, there's a few pro tips we want to do to maintain the health of our garbage disposal and our drains. Number one, when you get ready to use it, turn cold water on and let it run for about 5 to 10 seconds. Then turn the garbage disposal on and let it run for another 2 to 3 seconds. Whatever you're pouring into the garbage disposal, and let it run for another 10 to 15 seconds. Then turn off the garbage disposal and let the water run for another 10 to 15 seconds. Now you might be wondering, Andrew, why do I need to let my water run to run my garbage disposal, turn off the garbage disposal, and let it keep running a little bit more? Now that's a great question. By running the cold water, it'll help any of that fog, that fat, oil, grease that may have gone down into your garbage disposal. It will go ahead and gellify and solidify that fog to ensure it could just quickly pass through, or that we could scoop it out and throw it in the trash, because now we can see it. As a pro tip, what you want to do is slice up some citrus wedges, maybe orange, maybe lemon, whatever's your favorite, and every couple of weeks put it with some ice into your garbage disposal and let it run. The ice will help sharpen the blades, and the citrus will make your garbage disposal smell lemony fresh. The fourth thing is knowing what your garbage disposal can handle or not handle. For instance, it's not a good idea to try to grind old chicken bones or pork bones or steak bones or any kind of bones in the garbage disposal. Likewise, it's not a good idea to throw banana peels or stringy food items down your garbage disposal either. These types of food items could stick to your garbage disposal and stick in your pipes, causing a major issue for you moving forward. Very simple to prevent by knowing what we put in our garbage disposal and what we shouldn't be putting in there. The fifth thing has to do with our favorite way to clean our clothes, with our own in-house washing machine. Now, that washing machine, that dirty water from the soil and the dirt and everything that's going, has to go somewhere to get out of there to let the fresh water in. Chances are, if you look behind your washing machine, you'll see a little hose going like this. It looks like a little in going in behind there, and you see two little valves, one's hot and one's cold, and that's the water supply that actually goes into your washing machine. But that other hose going down that pipe is actually there to let all that dirty water out. We want to make sure that that stays free and clear of any obstructions. It might be a good idea to put a little strainer there too, in case any lint gets caught up in that water, and we can catch it and simply toss it in the trash as opposed to letting it clog that drain. Take a look at your washing machine drain and make sure that it's not getting clogged. The sixth one has to do with man's best friend, or at least ways some people say it's man's best friend, the toilet. Let's face it, the toilet can take a beating, right? I know you're tracking with me and you can feel me on this, but what it shouldn't be swelling up are things like condoms, cotton balls, cotton swabs, diapers, wet wipes, or cigarette butts. Things like that don't belong in the toilet. it. Let's just let the number 2 go down the drain as you do the do, and let's keep the rest of that stuff from clogging up your pipes. A sewer backup will definitely commit a party foul. Let's make sure that that doesn't happen to you. The 7th thing is understanding that toilet tank sometimes can leak into the toilet bowl. If you suspect that you have that type of a leak, the easiest way to test for this is getting some food color and putting a couple of drops into the toilet bowl itself. If you see the color making its way down into the bowl, sure enough, you have a leak. In many cases, this can be fixed extremely quickly by nothing more than taking the lid off the reservoir and checking the chain to make sure that little dauber at the bottom that lets the water flush into the bowl itself is all the way secure. Now, you will have to replace this from time to time. They're very inexpensive at the home store, costing somewhere between $15 and $20. If you need to replace it, go ahead and do it. It's pretty simple. It'd be pretty fun to do. Simply Google DIY YouTube video for how to change that component out, and chances are you'll probably see somebody explaining exactly how to break it down step by step along with their recommendations for the best daubers to have. Now, if that's not what the problem is, then you're probably going to want to call in a plumber before that small issue becomes a big one. The 8th plumbing tip here is about your water heater. There are definitive things that we can look for with erosion and leaks in the water heater to know if it's getting ready to go out. If you suspect that it's about to go out, contact a plumber and have them come in and investigate. If they say everything checks out, everything looks like you should have another couple or so years of the water heater, you might want to ask them for extra peace of mind to install a water detection kit that will automatically turn off the water supply to the water heater when it detects a leak. This can prevent a lot of water damage from going into your home. You have to consider that a lot of water heaters out there, like 60 gallons, in some cases even more. 60 gallons, depending where your water heater is located, can cause a big issue in your home in terms of water. Let's make sure that doesn't happen to you by playing this one smart. The 9th thing that you can do is insulate your water heater. By insulating your water heater, you'll help that hot water stay hot. You also want to insulate any of the piping going into the house so that you can keep as much of that hot water where it belongs. And as a pro tip, go out to your water heater right now. You might just take your phone or whatever you're watching this video on out to the water heater with you and look to see what the temperature is set up. If its temperature is set at 140 degrees, knock it down to 120. Let's be honest, a lot of us like a hot shower and a hot bath, but when's the last time we took one at 120 degrees? Chances are if that happened, your skin got more than red and it could have burned you. 140 degrees will definitely scald you. So take it down. It's more energy efficient, it's going to save you on your bill, and it's going to keep your water hot at the right temperature for you. And the 10th plumbing tip is when you see water draining slowly down the pipes, you have a clog that is growing within the pipe, and we don't want it to cause that backup. Pretty easy to address this problem right away by simply cleaning the drains. Before you go to the home store and you get some hard-hitting chemical to pour down your drains that might have some harsh chemicals, you just might want to try a homemade remedy by taking vinegar and baking soda powder and pouring it down the drain. Chances are it'll bust loose whatever that clog is. Now, after trying that out, if you still notice that the water is draining slowly, it's probably time to call a plumber to make sure they come in and do their thing. Let's keep your water draining and from backing up on you. Okay, with that in mind, now let's take a look at the top 6 energy efficient upgrades for your home and the 6 mistakes to avoid when hiring a handyman. Looking forward to our next conversation. We'll see you in a few.